I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good morning. I am sure fans, viewers, subscribers, hope you're having a top morning. I am Manny's Man, and welcome back to the channel. We have some good news to share with you today. We're going to talk some football. Isn't that lovely that we get to discuss football in a format like this on the platform? All right, but before we get into that, because we have loads of information, we're going to give you the 30-man list of players that are in camp for the national team. We're going to give you some JPL updates as well in the show. We won't be long because we have to get out of here in an hour and a half at most. So we need you to get on quickly, get involved, and get engaged in the show today. But first and foremost, let me take some time out to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. Yes, indeed. Right, you can call Prestige Finance at 876-884-7390. Prestige Finance, they are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering you loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. There's no processing fee, same day processing, and 0 to 4% interest rate. That is awesome. Just call and let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. Also want to say a big thank you to Launch Legacy, where they handle risk and they seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text Launch Legacy at 647-989-0782. Launch Legacy, the place where when you stop working for money, they get your money to start working for you. All right, my people. Listen, big up to all the subscribers of I Am Sure Sports. We always encourage you to do what is important, which is to stop every day and to give thanks for life. You're alive and well, so you have to give thanks for that. We look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. Indeed, God is truly, truly amazing. And we're unashamed to testify of his goodness because we know we have been preserved and we have been kept by him. Listen, we have had it hard. We have slept on the street, right? We have been there. We have seen dead bodies. We have experienced bullet wounds, right? And we understand that the reason we've been through accidents and incidents, sicknesses, right? And although our experiences are different, when you're alive in Jamrock and you have health, you have to give thanks, man, because God is really, really good. You understand me? I don't know who you call on, but look to the hills, man, for that's where our help come from. Our help come from the creator of the heaven and the earth. All right? So what I'm going to do, there are 30 players that have been called up. 30 players. And remember, these are players who are there to make an impression on the senior coach. They have been given an opportunity to make an impression on the senior coach. Coach Hal Grimison and his team, they are here. And these players, these first batch of players, because I believe that as time progresses, he will call on more players. And they are there to make an impression on the coach so that, you know, when needed, and he calls on them, they can produce the goods for the national team, right? This is not the only thing that we'll be doing, because some people are saying it is regurgitating 1998. No, it's not, because remember, this said coach also took time to meet with players in England during early December of 2022. Right. If you go back as well, you remember that there was an incident with Andre Blake, and the coach also took time to meet with him. So the coach is on a mission, and he has an intentional and deliberate plan. He wants to make sure that every player who has quality and is playing well is given a fair opportunity to be seen by him, so that when teams are selected, no one can say it is X or Y is selecting the players. No one can say the coach don't know the players, but everyone will be convinced that the sole responsibility of selecting a national squad rests in the control and authority of the national senior coach. All right, very important. So I think this is a good move. And even if I were in an advisory position, I would say look outside of the Premier League, because there may be players in the college system in the States. There may be players in the tier 2 that maybe not a lot, but for whatever reason, they may be stuck in a tier 2 club or a Super League club. I don't know. Right? It doesn't mean that they will make a final cut, but look at them and give everyone an opportunity, right? Everyone deserves an opportunity. And I don't understand how people are complaining, because if a team is picked, and we are going to say, well, who picked those players? Because the coach not watching them, the coach not seeing them. Now we have a coach that is looking at the players. He's going to the games. He's calling them into camps to learn of their personality. I think this is a step in the right direction. Right? So these players have an opportunity, and more players will have an opportunity as the months and the weeks go by. Step again, like I said, in the right direction. So 30 players have been called up. So let me big up all the persons. MPEC TV, big up yourself. Elite Sports TV, that's Ryan LFC, up and running. Hey, listen, people, I used to call him Demo Drury, right? Because this man does commentary on football like Peter Drury. But I have to call him Fabricio Demo. All right? That's his new name. Fabricio Demo. He is the man who knows all the transfer news that is going on. So big up Fabricio Demo. All right, big up Gunners Boss. Big up all the NFL fans in the house as well, especially the Dallas Cowboys fans, the America's team. You know, they sent Tom Brady packing last night. As you know, Tom Brady, he had some issues in terms of family, and he opted for a next year in the league, and he got kicked out of the league by the Dallas Cowboys. So he and his wife went packing in different directions. Now he is packing up and heading out of the NFL already. Oh my word. What a thing, what a thing. So big up Gunners boss. Yeah. So bless up yourself as well. So I don't know if you have actually seen the name, people, if you know the names of the players, or maybe you know what. In last night JPL's action, Tivoli Gardens, they have been doing very well. Big up to coach Jeremy Johnson. He has gotten that Tivoli team to be playing some very good football. They defeated the Waterhouse team at Arnett Gardens in the second game by a goal to nil. All right. Also in the early game, Mount Pleasant again had a 0-0 draw with Veer, and the fans were not happy because they coming off their defeat. They went into this game hoping that they would get a victory. Nonetheless, they are still second in the table, just a point behind Cavaliers, right? For the first time in a long time, Trevonte Stewart did not hit the back of the net because he has been playing well. So they have a 4-point lead on third place, and Cavaliers have a 5-point lead on third place, just 1 point above Mount Pleasant. So the top three, we see Cavaliers leading, Mount Pleasant in second, and the Junglists, Arnett Garden, though they suffered defeat, they are in third place. But the league is getting more competitive because more players out of the schoolboy system coming on and transfers are happening. Didn't see a lot of big faces moving. Didn't see any big face like coming into the Mount Pleasant team or anything like that. But you probably see a whole lot better. But just want you to know one big name that you may not know that is back in the league, people. The man they call Paul Young. Paul Young is back in the league. He's normally here, and he would normally be working with Portmore United because he does some work with them. But yeah, he's working with Linval Dixon down there at Veer, and I must say that last night they to me in patches look the better team. It looked as if they could get a victory out of that game. It wasn't to be. It ended in a tie game, but they have been playing a whole lot better, and maybe that has to do with influence of Paul Young down there working with Coach Linval Dixon. All right, so let me show you the list of players. All right, that have been selected, and then I'm going to take your comments. This is a list of 30 players. I hope you can see it. Let's go from the top, and we're going to go through them one at a time to decide and determine if you think these players. Let's see if we can do it this way, so we can let's see. All right, so hope you can see it. So we're going to go through the teams. All right, so there you go. So anyways, let me just pause and say this to you, people. You're not moving right, Big up Fresh God. You understand me? Jason, big up yourself as well. Yo, Marvin, what a go on, man? Come on, man. Gunners boss, up and running again. All right, so people, you have to hit the like button and you have to share the content. That's very important. All right, hit the like button and share the content. It's a simple way of supporting the channel, right? And if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. All right. Above that, you can also support the channel by giving some super sticker, super chat and stuff. We are doing we're upgrading our systems. We're moving from bigger, better cameras with different camera angles because we want to provide you with quality content, not just in what we say, but how the product looks. So we need your support. All right. So there you go. So Cavaliers, they have 5 players in the call up, right? They have some of these names I would have given you from yesterday. In fact, I gave you all the names yesterday, but I did I did it very discreetly. So if you were reading in between the lines, you would have. Okay, all right. So there's Colin Anderson, Dwayne Atkinson, Jaden White, Kyle Ming, and Richard King. Those are the 5 Cavaliers players. Now, I'm hoping that 2 of these players, well, 3 of these players have recovered, because the last game played by Cavaliers, I want you to know this, that Colin Anderson came off with an injury. He came off limping. He had a very bad tackle from Rudolph Austin in the latter stages of that game. Dwayne Atkinson also had his calf wrapped. Seemed like there is a hamstring there. He also limped off, and he was limping throughout the game. So those 2 players, though they have been called up, it would be interesting to see if they can actually participate. Nonetheless, they have been afforded the opportunity to display their talent before the new coach, Hymir Hallgrimsson, and the rest of his coaching staff. All right. So Cavaliers, they have 5 players. Jaden White has been out of goal for a couple of games. He started out the season very well, though. Picked up a little knock. Hope he has also recovered. Kyle Ming has been playing very well for a few seasons. One of the better right backs in the league. Good to see him back in the team and getting a call up to display his skill. And then Richard King has become a staple, right? As well in the national team in probably the last couple of months, right? Some Mario Russell said that we need VAR in the JPL. Some fans of the English Premier League would say that VAR is making things worse, though, Mario Russell, because when you watch that goal that Manchester United scored, some people may object to having VAR, as they may think it is making things worse. Fresh God says, yeah, Anderson Jardy's knee busy injury looks more serious, though. Yes, indeed. So I'm hoping that they are not going there as injured players, but in fact they are, because it would be bad to be called up and then you get called up and you go to the camp and they are injured. Yeah, all right. So we're going to set up also the call-in line. We have some of our callers, they have not been calling us for a while, and we want to make sure that we open the platform today. So, yeah, we are taking calls, and yeah, so you can call in. Yeah, all right. So we are going to now look at the players from Harborview who are on this team. All right. So there are some Harborview players who have also been called up. All right. So let's look at the Harborview players that have been called up. So Harborview have 4 selections. Harborview, they have 4 selections. That's Nicholas Hamilton, O'Shane Staple, that's the right back at Harborview, Colorado Murray, and Jashawn Anglin. Now I'm happy for Jashawn Anglin. You know that he had a very difficult situation that affected his overseas, his contract in the United States. He came back to Jamaica after that, and he has been playing very, very good in that CDM role at Harborview. Really looking well, and he was very instrumental in Harborview's run to the JPL final last season. We have Unseen, who has belatedly joined the show. Welcome, Coach Javon Parchment of Unseen Sports TV, and he has disappeared. As he came on the scene, he came off the scene. All right, so Colorado Murray as well scored a lot of goals. Staple playing well. Nicholas Hamilton, he came back into the league as well last season with a bang. Haven't been doing much since the start of this season, but he's also in the squad. Is there an ex O'Shane? I think Hardin is an ex Harborview player that has been doing well, that could have been given a look in. I know that if Amal Knight was still here, he would have been called up as well. So too would have um, would have Trayvon Reed, but both of those players recently they made moves to the United States, so they're away on contract. But I think this is a good selection of Harborview player based on form. So what say you, Jason? Laughing at unseen. What you saying? What you saying, Demo? He's he's last seen. Big up unseen. Listen, one thing I must say that unseen he can take the mustering. Right, it doesn't bother him, because some people can't take the mustering, and that's what I appreciate with unseen. No matter how you muster him, he's going to stick and he's going to stay. Right. So yeah, so I'm all night. Oh, I'm all night is off the JSWave blacklist. I don't know. I don't know that I'm all night was on a black in a blacklist, but he would definitely. But he's at Lexington Soccer Club where he is going to be starting preseason. And once he gets going, I think he's going to be a part of this national setup. He had two very excellent Nation League game. Remember the Suriname game that he came back and he kept well in that. And the other game against Mexico at home, he also kept well. Always put on a good show for the national team. So he will be in the mix, but it would have been good for him to be here because he is, of all the keepers who were local, he is the one now keeping the best with caps for the national team and has proven himself at level. So too, I believe with Trayvon Reed, that Trayvon Reed had a good showing in his last outing, and he would have been a part of the setup. We have with us Gunner's boss. He's covered in his hoodie. It means that it's very, very cold over there in Philly. Gunner's boss, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. What say you, my friend?
Oh, you know, say I feel a minute. Big up yourself. Fresh God. Dre. Dima. All when I comment, me I watch you. Big up on yourself. Where you going with management, man?
Yeah, just here doing the work as usual, man. Doing the work as usual. Putting in some good quality work. How you doing? Because I know you drive some heavy equipment there. I mean, you're the man who lifts up the Brooklyn Bridge.
Me take a day off today. Me I deal with some personal thing today. So me have to take the day for myself and, you know, deal with them I have to deal with today. So me not really depend on the work today.
Oh, so was it yesterday a public holiday, man? You didn't get a holiday yesterday, MLK Day.
Okay, dear, me a Jamaican brother. Just African American Day, them day, me no celebrate African American Day, Me no walk like that, That have to walk people. Me still asleep.
Okay. So what say you? Because I know you have always have some new information to drop on the Jamaican public. So yeah.
Me just I look around and I watch how the thing are going on. I watch how some how some this television and these streaming thing can bring people together in an instant. People who have been divided all year round. Like two things me notice recently. I me see bring people not just in America from all over the sports world together. That Damar Hamlin hit where in the Buffalo Bills player there. It was like when we see the policeman Neil and George Floyd neck and everybody come together for justice. This time everybody come together for in prayer for this kid to get healed. You know what I mean? Great kid. Then over the weekend now, after the Georgia Bulldogs win the national championship in the football, one of them top player youth from Jersey, them got them down there celebrate and between Saturday night and Sunday morning, him and three other people crash in a car and him and the female die. And the outpouring from across the sporting landscape. This is not a thing where a man say boy who over a case him come from when a business. As so me see the people them do at Jamaica, cause me see that happen before when a youth is sick and want help. And me hear man on Facebook I say Casey and JC take care of them own, so nobody no respond to the youth from over Holy Trinity. No, when these things happen, the way how Mr. Georgia fan, Clemson fan, Alabama fans, and everybody come together. Yesterday, a man called on the show, man, I want to talk sports. And Paul Feinbaum kick him off of the show because he want to talk. And nobody want to talk about any sports or any college basketball or football yesterday. All them want to talk about is the young man and the young lady who crashed and died. People from every region, every division, every other colleges and sports, from Division 1 to Division 5. You understand what I talk about? So me I say me look on them things there, me I say these are things where we have to be better, you know. And we have to just like you my brethren, me no have no time, no time to say to them me now go call man's man and heal him up and say, brother, I love you, you know. Be strong, be great. These are things we have to do, you know, because just when we come off of this, just always we have to remember say our last step is our only step because we don't know what's going to happen after that last step. You understand? So we have to show more love, more respect more to people, reach out to some people more and try to help some people more. You know what I mean? And Lego dishonesty.
Yeah.
Lego hatred. You know what I mean? That means to say you say if you're part with a man and him dishonest and you say him cannot be trusted, let him go. You understand me? Because that now put you nowhere. It a put him somewhere where him trying to go, but that now put you nowhere. So now it's time where, you know what I mean? People to come together and support each other across worlds, across continent. Because you see these little sports thing and these things here, KLAS Sports Desk make me know man is man. KLA Sports Desk Group make me know Dre, Demo, and many more people. And these people are people who me and them have communication on a regular basis. Like, we been know each other for life. But some of them like to gossip behind the scene and like to be hypocritical, talk things behind your back and then in your face, them don't have no, they want to be nice with you. Anyhow, me talk here publicly, I see him so me talk privately. So if me ever say man in man glass too thick, remember say, Uno now have to go tell him say me did say so because me did tell man in man that long time before me tell Uno. Yeah, I saw me I say. So with that said now, that's what I want to do. Me just want to make the people them know say, show love, show appreciation to each other and bless people. Not afraid to tell your friends say, brethren, me love you, you know. And it no mean down in the gut thing one what talk, but because you can't say you love woman or you don't love man. You can't say you love God or you don't love man. You have to love human being. Because God is a man as them put it to be, you know. Because that's what we learn, say, you know. And all the man them say, oh, me don't love fine, but you love God do. So God is not an next man you all love same way. And if you change the levels, up the levels, and make we live in unity across the world, because that's what the thing about. You see what I say, man?
Yeah.
Maybe me preach too much like I'm here the man of the class. When me know say I'm here the man of the rat, me should have leave that into you.
All right, boss. But really appreciate it at the persons in the comment section. In fact, Ricardo Baggio said, yeah, that Georgia kid that died in the accident, in the accident, really, his family is from Antigua. The sad thing about that is his brother died the same way in an accident in 2009. He was also 20 years old. So, you know, very one of our Caribbean neighbors as well. But we have Demo Dre. And it people just understand sometimes though it's football we're talking about. We soon get back to the rest of the name, but we have to also play tribute to the fans. And if you're a viewer and you share your thoughts, you know, good thought that he's sharing, that the truth is the you know, we need to reach out because your next step could be your last step. You understand me? You want to know that you're not just coming to say well done at a man's funeral because he won't be hearing you. We have to say these things when we are alive. You understand me? Amen. So, but Demo is here, so let me hear Demo. Big up
Yeah,
Demo.
man.
The last act.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Big
Demo,
up, big up yourself.
you got yourself.
Big up yourself, Gunners boss. Big up Mannings, man. Big
A
up everybody in the comment.
fine, man.
All right, big up
Demo,
yourself.
they know God as boss. A fine action, you know, from way back.
All right. Big up yourself, fine action.
Facebook.
Mannings, man. Obviously, I'm not gonna stay long because you know, say, I don't know all of them Jamaican places and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you went through all of the names,
Not
and
yet.
oh, so you know mention keep quiet then. So we
No,
can't.
he's on it because what happened? Piney called in when I'm at number 9. So I'm at the 9th name. I actually have 21 more to go.
So we can't say, and that me really want to talk about,
No,
you know.
no,
So
all right.
me,
Better wait. Better you wait. All right.
yeah, because I know all of them other money, and my
Yeah.
topic was about that. All right, so
All
me,
right.
me come up and wait.
Yeah. Wait until
All
I
right,
get to that.
all
Let's
right.
get yourself in problem.
Sorry
All
if
right.
I spoil it for people in the comment
Yeah.
section. My bad.
I still get to that though. So I'm going to let you find the same final thing and then I'm going to get back to the names because there are 21 more names to go. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Gunners boss, because yeah. I know what
Yes.
Demo want to ask.
While I alert Demo. So we unseen now. I'm not say unseen for the show. Well, I want to CC.
Huh?
Mrs. CC all over the place with his barnacle tentacles trying to overreach things. Why I'm not over here?
Him there work, man.
Oh, okay. Cause I noticed him used to make some appearance for the show. Not even cameo. Me not see him make no more because look like the show too strong for him argument. Them nah can't hard to wrap head around. So nobody nah
Yeah. All right.
nobody
So,
nah.
hold on.
yo
So let me go
yo
through the rest.
Arsenal will say Gaza win. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
man. Yeah, I'm going to go through the rest of the
Go
list
ahead,
and just
man. I'm watching. I'm here. Me not gonna win. No, cause me not waiting. Me there.
all right then. Cool. All right. So that is
Yeah, man.
so yeah. So people, what you saw there was the I just gave you the oh, what is that? I just gave you the the players from Harborview and Cavaliers. Now I'm going to show you the let me put up back Gunners bus. There we go. I'm going to show you the players now from Arnett Gardens who are in the list. All right. So Arnett Gardens have 4 players. Eric Edwards, their goalkeeper, Earl Simpson, their captain, Ajuma Johnson, who played left back but is playing high up the park, former Camperdown player, and Kimani Arborn. Arborn is that speedy, bearded right winger, very fast. He wasn't getting a lot of game time last season because they had one called Ronaldo Cephas who was occupying that spot a whole lot. But many times you would see both of them on either sides. But the truth is he has been looking better and playing better. Ajuma Johnson had a very good season. And as you remember, Earl Simpson was called up to the national team before, and so too was Eric Edwards. So those are the Arnett Gardens player, 4 of them. Some persons have been asking, what about Guthrie? Romario Guthrie, right? Who is he captained Arnett, and some were questioning if he was in or out. Yeah. Fresh God is saying that Arborn had a lot of game time because he had 8 goals last season.
Someone questioning if he was in or out.
Unseen, Unseen, you're listening to the show, man. Yeah, you have to be careful, all right? Yeah. So so that's it right there. So those are the 4: Eric Edwards, Earl Simpson, Ajuma Johnson, and Kimani Arborn. All right. So Unseen, you're on. I just gave the Cavaliers players, the Arnett Garden players, the Harborview players. Orlando Harding is the Harborview player that many people are probably asking why not this one, but there will be others. And the Arnett Garden player is Guthrie that you're saying, how comes he's not there? What are your thoughts so far on the names that I have listed? Talk to the people and let them know, and then we'll get to the 3 schoolboys who have made the cut. Go ahead, Unseen.
In my opinion, I don't like it. I would say it look away that you have 10 players from one club in the team. That's actually
Unseen. I ask you about the players that I have called. The players from Cavaliers, Harborview, and Arnett Gardens. What are your thoughts on those players? Let's leave the thing to the rest of the players, no man. Come on, no man. Answer what me asking, no man.
all right. So Jason Anglin, I believe Jason Anglin should get an opportunity. He's playing well so far. From he come back from overseas, getting the little problem. He's playing well. Yeah, I think and what's his name? His name again, former Cavaliers player. His name again, man, is man.
Ajuba Johnson,
No, man, the former Cavaliers player, man, who played for Abbeville.
Nicholas Hamilton.
Nicholas Hamilton, yes, deserve an opportunity. Even from last year, scored some wonderful goals and stuff. So I believe that those two players, if Knight was here, would be in there. If Reed was there, I would want Reed to be in the team too. But those two, I think, is the better players. I think they deserve a shot there. I think the Arnold players, Ajuma Johnson and Arborn looks really good. Ajuma looks good in the midfield. Yeah, a quality player. Earl Simpson deserves a chance too as well. The scoring goes from a centre back position. We don't really have a lot of those centre backs, in Jamaica. So it's a good look for Earl Simpson. You just need to tone down a little bit on his aggression and sometimes making bad choices, But I think Al Grimson can work with him and fix those problems, him and the coaching staff. Eric Edwards, I don't know. Eric Edwards tend to do some madness sometimes. I don't know. I don't trust Eric Edwards. And that's the money's man. But maybe they're looking at the statistics from season start and stuff. Yeah. Penny Cook should have been the team though.
All right, so let's go to the schoolboys who are remember there will be other call-ups, right? So we also have to bear that in mind. All right.
Oh, do you have more coming in?
There'll be other call-ups for other camps. All right.
Okay.
So if you don't impress in this camp, you could be out, and then you understand me. So we have some schoolboys. We have in fact we have three of them. We have Malachi Douglas, Okino Jones of Clarendon College, and Dujan Whisper Richards of Kingston College. Unseen, what say you about the selection of these three schoolboys for the first camp?
All right, one of the things we have to look at is the age. You understand me? We need some youngsters, local youngsters where other players can look at and say, hey, I can do, once I put in the work, I can get the opportunity to Whisper. Get in, you understand me? And it speaks for the other players in the schoolboy in different leagues. You understand me? Young players have the opportunity to make the team, and that is good. They deserve their spot. I think Whisper deserved him spot. Over the years, we have seen where top players from schoolboy get an opportunity to play for the national team. So it's good to give him an opportunity. And if you check it, by 2026, he's 17 years old. 2026 now, he's 2023. 3 years from now, he's 20 years old. And, over in the world, 20-year-olds are top players in their country. So I like the move that Al Grimson is making. And he's not going to be a schoolboy player for all his life. He's going to step up into a senior in a professional system. So give him a taste of this professional system now. Malachi Douglas, Okino Jones.
Say Unseen.
Right?
I just understand that your green card from the jungle has been withdrawn. It has been taken back from you. Your green card.
Why?
Because you said Eric Edwards do madness, and everybody's disagreeing with you, because I don't know. The man made one mistake this season, and you're saying you're always doing madness.
So the man do madness from last year, man.
What kind of madness? Hold on. Hyatt do madness?
Of course I do madness too.
Faster do madness?
No, faster.
You want me give you games where I make mistake?
Oh.
All the keepers make mistake. Isn't Eric Edwards one of the reasons why Arnett has been doing so well?
I think so.
Yo. Okay, boss.
Fresh guy can't say master. Me I tell you. We see the man give us some goals sometimes I wonder.
Okay, all right. I know Badger is saying that you'd have loved to have seen Satchel in it. I think Satchel is going to at some point get a call up as well. And Mr. Special Edition, yeah man, Earl Simpson and Eric Edwards is in there.
What do you mean by you're not a true fan? What do you talk about, man? I want to tell you.
Eh?
What do you talk about a true fan? I want to tell you. Me, I don't want to now sit down and see the people who do the madness.
See somebody telling you. Even in the Caribbean club competition, you watch how Foster kept in that, brother.
Yeah, but Eric make more madness than him.
Oh, jeez. Unseen. I don't.
Who was the best keeper? Who was the best keeper last year in the competition? Who was the best keepers in last year?
Last year,
Yeah.
Eric Edwards, Kemar Foster, Amal Knight. The three
No.
best keeper last season.
No. The three best keeper last year was Vina
And
Barkley.
then Hyatt.
Vina
Those are the
Barkley. Vina Barkley.
Yeah, yeah.
Amal Knight.
No.
Vina
No.
Barkley.
Vina Barkley. Hold on, man. The best keepers last season were Vina Barkley. Hyatt was a good keeper last season. Eric Edwards. Hold on. Eric Edwards kept well. Kemar Foster kept well.
Yeah, but we are talking about the best keepers now, based on statistics.
But Vina Barkley is not Jamaican.
Vina Barkley and Damien Hyatt get the most man of the match and clean sheet last season.
Huh?
The statistics.
See, somebody see Fresh God saying the same thing. Vina Barkley, Eric Edwards, Kemar Foster, and Amal Knight. But I would put Damien Hyatt in there.
No, but Damien Hyatt keep better than all of them. Damien and Vina Barkley.
Vina Barkley, yes, Vina Barkley. But you're making it sound like Eric Edwards is way down the pecking order.
No, in the below. All right, you're my order.
But
Vina Barkley.
Hold on. Vina Barkley is not a Jamaican.
I know that.
All right, hold on. Number one, hold on. Look at this. Amal Knight is not here. Give me the other three keepers.
No, man, you
can't do that.
You cannot do it like that. You cannot do it like that.
Yeah, because you can't.
Let me give you my order. Want to hear my order?
No, all right. You cannot be talking about players to be called to the national team, and you're gonna give me a man who is not a Jamaican.
But Amal Knight,
give me an order.
Amal Knight won't get called to the national team.
Yeah, no, Amal Knight, but he's not here. So that's what I'm saying. He's not here. So in the absence of Amal Knight, Vina Barkley is not a Jamaican. How many other keepers are there better than Eric Edwards?
Based on statistics, Hyatt is doing better than him right now.
So Hyatt, all right. This is your order. Hyatt, go again. Faster.
Those two. Then the third.
Okay, all right. So you have him as third.
Yeah.
All right. But he's younger than Damien Hyatt, because Damien Hyatt is what, 37?
My head have come to us, age don't matter, you know.
Oh,
geez. Harder than them.
All right, so age don't matter.
Oh.
Age don't matter. Age don't matter.
Yeah, the goalkeeper department.
Oh, okay. So you change now. So age matters, but it don't matter when it comes down to goalkeeper. All right, sir.
In a really, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're gonna reason if you're gonna reason like that, sir, I can't say anything. But let's get back to the three players. Like I said, Satchel is an expert. I also think what's his name? I think we have a call. No. All right. Also believe though, unseen, that one other player that we need to talk about is that Blake that you spoke about. He played for Waterhouse last night as well. He's a good young player that could be called up as well.
Yeah. Right. But I like we don't run from the 10 players still. We need to talk about that.
We soon get to that. All right. So the next team in terms of call up is Mullines United. Mullines United have one player who has been given an opportunity in this first camp, and that player is Jason Rice.
Yeah, man. Well deserved.
This is a player who represented Jamaica at under 17 and under 20. Did very well. In his years in schoolboy football as well, did very well in college. Had some struggles in terms of injury. He's back in Jamaica. He was at Humble Lion. It didn't go so well. Now he's at Mullines and he has been playing well this season. So he gets a look in. And then we're going to go to the Waterhouse players who are Kemar Foster, All right, unseen. So tell me, Kemar Foster from Waterhouse. He's one of the players that have been called up. Who again? Ramon Howell. Those are the two Waterhouse players that have been given a call up. What say you about the players from Waterhouse call up? Do they have more qualities here that could have gotten a look in this first camp, or are you satisfied that those are the two better players at Waterhouse and deserved call up for them?
Ramon is always there over the, he never had a wonderful season last season, but looking better this season. He's gonna be there because he's always, in the system. You understand me, Kemar Foster, but I just think that Blake, what's his name? The Thomas brother should get a look in also. The Thomas brother.
Denardo?
Yes. Thomas should get a look in. I think, he should be there. And, it's just sad that Elvis is injured. I think he would have made the team.
All right. So let me help people who are probably just joining the stream. There's a new coach who has started working full-time with the national team. The new coach, as part of his plan, is giving every player that has quality an opportunity. He wants to see the players. It's not a FIFA window. We are not preparing for a tournament. The coach is looking at players. There is no argument. Nobody is saying who is better than who and who should make. We're not picking a squad right now to go to a tournament. We are just talking about players who the coach is calling to look on. Okay? So just keep it right there. All right? Let's keep it right there. That's what we're doing. All right? All right? Big up, Rudolph. Up, up, up. Mr. Special Edition, you must be joking. Remember, the coach was at the game. The coach went to the game, and the coach watched the local So people, the coach, all the televised local games since the coach was contacted, he has watched them, including schoolboy football. In fact, the coach watches I Am Sure Sports and one other channel. In terms of the YouTube channel. All right. So don't be
watch Unseen Sports,
well,
watch Unseen Sports.
You can all right, so there you go, Unseen. You understand me? And at least one other channel, all right? So there are a couple done beholden players that were also called to the camp. This is the first, again, people, this is not the only camp that they will have. So if after this you don't impress, there'll be other players that will be called up, right? But a man can't say they didn't get a chance to impress the coach, all right? Everyone will get their chance. And if you don't, and you don't get called, nobody can say why the coach not give the money a chance and a fight against and a bad mind and all of those things. All right. These are the two dumb beholden players that were called up Unseen. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Ricardo Thomas will always be there. But Vita Mariga not having a good season so far. I don't. But Bizarre, he was in the team going to Cameroon, so I think based on that, that's the reason why he selected him.
There you go.
I think the midfielder though, what's his name again?
Christian or McCarthy?
Christian.
Okay.
Should I get a look in? But I don't know. I don't know what's wrong there.
Oh, jeez, I forgot the first name of the Austin. It's not Rudolph Austin, is the right back. I forgot his name, but he plays for Portmore. I just had his name right here. But it's not Rudolph Austin. It is right back at Portmore. I think he played for Clarendon College.
I know what you're talking, man. Is his cousin, I think.
Right, there you go. Big up, big up. Go in. Big up, Bravo, Rage Squadron. Yeah, man. And people, all right? Listen, for the people who are talking about Connor Boyce Clark, all right? Connor Boyce Clark will be around the national team, right? You don't have to worry. Jamali Wade, he kept this same coach put him in the goal. And he spoke about him at the press conference after the game. So those players will be in the mix. But what you want is competition. All right? So now we have 20 players. Now this is where lots of questions are already being asked. A lot of these players were called up to the Cameroon game. But now it so happened that most of them end up at one club called Mount Pleasant. Now, some people are saying, why so many Mount Pleasant players? But some of these players got there not because of their Mount Pleasant farm, but because of the farm they had from the clubs that they were coming from. All right, so let's look at the Mount Pleasant. Just to put it in perspective, like the Mario Phillips, right, was at Dunby Holding at Mount Pleasant. He's in the team. All right. Unseen, you can give me your thoughts on that, you know.
No, man, top ball, man. I want to tell you, man. Them are players a big ball. No, man, we can't say them are players a play good.
He's playing good.
I'm at the anchor. I'm a bring Mount Pleasant right now, ban him back.
Yeah?
The man Trevor this one.
All right. Odin Murray, the former captain of Humble Lion. He's also there. What are your thoughts?
Why? I mean, I see nothing from some season starting a bench. Some don't know.
Okay. Travante Stewart.
Yeah, man. Hey, one thing, I always a big Travante Stewart, but he deserves him shot.
Alwyn Harvey.
You know, not getting games at his club because of some reason I don't know, but he's a good player.
Jamai Topi.
He's going to be there. Not my favorite, but he's going to be there.
Kimani Campbell.
Who's Kimani Campbell again?
The Waterhouse left back that came to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, man, Krakow.
That's Krakow. All right. Then who again you have? Devante Campbell, which is the player who played under 20.
Yeah, I would carry him because he's a youth player. I would put him as one of the school players there.
Okay, you'd put him as one of the school players?
Yes.
All right. Sule Makala.
Having a miserable season so far at Mount Pleasant, I wouldn't carry him.
And the goalkeeper, Tafari Chambers was keeping forward. Harborview?
That's the brown goalkeeper?
There are two brothers of them. Tafar, one was at Waterhouse and I think one was at Harborview. And the final person is...
Oh, that's the brown keeper that's in the goal. He did not keep last night.
Right. Shaquille.
I don't know.
Oh, you spell that Shaquille. I don't even know how you spell it, you know.
Shaquille Dyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on good so far.
I don't know. I don't know. D-Y-E-R?
S-A-Q, yeah, Shaquille Dyer. Yeah,
I think it's S-A-C, you know. Q-U-I-L-E. I don't know. But Mount Pleasant, no. Oh, Tafari, they say it's from Arnett. All right, so.
Tafari Chambers is from Arnett.
Yeah, was at Arnett not playing. But I think he was at Harborview at one point.
Mm-hmm. SH, you know, SHA. QUILLE.
Shock, SHA?
QUILLE.
Oh, it's not Shaquille, it's Shock. SHA? Or like Shaquille O'Neal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Fresh God is saying that he would not necessarily have called Shaquille Dyer, and he would not call Shaquille Dyer. I think he says it up here, and he would not have called McCullough. So, what are your thoughts, Unseen? Who? Because I think you're saying that he had a problem with some of the Mount Pleasant having 10 players. So, who would you not want, and who do you want? Who you think should be there instead?
All right, but so you know, you open up you open up something in my brain a while ago when you say you know.
Oh, you bring it. Don't say that about Eric Edwards. So you bring it lock up.
No man, it's a performance.
All right, go ahead. Yes. All right, go ahead.
Performance from last season. So Shaquille Dyer, one of the better centre back them last season. You understand? Enough people would agree with that. But this season though, he have a miserable time at Mount Pleasant right now.
Really?
Against the better players in the Premier League.
But if you look at stats though, they would tell you that they have one of the better defensive records.
Yes, but when you're playing, you know, teams that you're not really putting the pressure on them.
In fact, the big teams don't score on them. Only Arnett Garden, remember, you know, most of their goals came by Arnett Garden.
Right, but but in a one match, you know, two time we get beaten, you know, easy beaten. But if you're using the performance from last season,
no man, we can't agree because I think Dyer has been like even last night. Dyer had a good game. And even when he was at Dumby Hole then, like last, he was very good. Same thing with like Murray, you know. Remember, I think people forget Murray because they haven't seen a lot of him, you know. But when Murray was at Humble Lion, you remember Murray missed the under-20 team. If Murray had made that under-20 team, you know, probably Zeminis would not be playing right back, you know. It's just because he missed it by a month, you know. That was how good he was. That at, 19 years old, he was a captain of Humble Lions, you know, with Vanzi and all of these guys, you know.
So, my question though, why am left go somewhere and not get a game?
All right, so Unseen, say that you have a job, right? But you love the job. But you're getting $10,000, but your rent is $40,000. Right? Your utilities come up to $20,000, and it's $10,000 you get for your pay. A next person come to you and say, listen, I can give you $100,000 so you can pay all the utilities and have some money. What would you do?
Sometimes in a money's man, so when I run go for the money and you know, really not looking deep down in the choice you make, you might shake up your future. You understand me? You might shake up your future. He's very lucky that the coach, somebody got the coach, I don't know if the coach seen from last season. You understand me? Somebody may say, hey, that you're good enough because of a good season last season, and tell the coach. If the coach can look at me and tell me, say, him see him play last season, well, me I say, all right then. I might believe, but me just work with it. But me sure somebody recommend him because they not see him.
No, Unseen, but I'm telling you that the coach has been watching the league. That is what you guys missing. I'm telling you that he watches the league, not just this season, from last season.
So I'm watching from last season, remember.
So when a lot of people were talking about picking the team, he was watching the league. The moment he got in contact with the JFF, right? He was watching the league and watching the players. But he could only see the games that were televised. Like, if you listen him talk about games that Whisper play, they are televised games because he can tell you about Whisper. He can tell you about Malachi Douglas because he watches schoolboy football as well. which I think is a good thing.
But man is man. I think he make a bad choice though. You know, but for me,
Unseen.
at
What?
that age,
All right. But you don't answer my question, Unseen.
we're going to answer it now.
No, you don't answer it.
If you are going for the money.
No, Unseen, listen to what I'm asking you. You're not going after the money. You are working somewhere, you love the job, you're getting $10,000. Your rent is $40,000. Your utilities is $20,000, right? You don't add grocery in it yet. So you're running at around, say 80,000. Someone comes to you, Unseen, and say, listen, we have a similar job for you, and we will pay you 100,000. That's 90,000 more than you're getting. Would you take the job? Yes or no?
I'll take the job, yes.
So you can't blame the player.
Just from a personal opinion, you do not take the job. But at the end of the day, man is man. You must stifle.
What you call? Yeah, but all right. I understand that you want more playing time. But sometimes you have to wait until you get the opportunity and then you prove yourself. But for a player to not
get the
know,
opportunity over Mad Dog and Topi right now. We're in the national call.
huh?
Remember, you know, the two other competition we have against him, you know, a Mad Dog and Topi, you know, we're
No,
already in the national
no, he's a right back. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Look for the right back, them the national team.
Who are the right back?
What they call it?
O'Shane Staple, Sule McCullough.
Right.
Yeah, you don't think he can prove himself to be better than that?
But Sule McCullough get all of the game from Mount Pleasant.
Fine, no, but this is a national. Do you know that? Do you know that sometimes, like Harry Maguire is being benched at Manchester United, and players who are starting at their clubs don't start in the England team over him.
See, that's the mistake we're making. I always got England and Jamaica with it.
No, but just give an example.
I always got England and Jamaica with it. Two different things, man. Jamaican mindset different, you know.
Huh? No,
mindset.
all I'm unseen is that I hear your perspective, but the player now has an opportunity to prove to the coach that he's good. Maybe as he does that, he will turn the eyes of his coach, because remember, your national form can affect your local team in the same way your local team performance can affect how you probably play so good for your local club, you get out somebody from the national team. In the same way, he could go to this national camp and do so well that he outperforms Sule McCullough. Next thing you know, he comes back and he's a starting right back. That's all I'm saying. Because sometimes, you sit on the bench, like Martinelli at Arsenal. I can use example, and this is just referencing. He was on the bench. He get an opportunity and he took it. You understand me? Right. Big up, Mirak. This is a great one. You remember this one though? Remember, Zimenez was in the national team, right? So Staple had him on the bench at Harborview. You remember that?
Yeah. But it's still difficult because I forgot at a point, in the football team, I forgot start the game time, so he can improve. If he continue to get shown and not get a game time, look, he might fall on the picket of Mannings, man.
Yeah. Listen, I have to big up Amal. Sir Knight, the night is in the building. You understand me? So big up Amal interacting with the comment section. You understand me? Yeah, so bless up yourself. Yeah, man. I'm happy to see you interacting with the persons in the comment section and the mutual respect that is there. You understand me? Big up yourself. Listen, and let me tell you this, people. And you all would have seen this last season. Is that if a keeper is performing better than Amal Knight, a lot of you don't know this, but I can tell you this. When he came back, they wanted him to start. You remember when he came back and Bennett was in the goal, unseen? Remember when the Jamaica went away, Bennett was in the goal, and they were in the playoffs, and Amal Knight, everybody thought he would have gone back in the goal, and everybody wanted him. And you know what he decided to do? He said the young youth is doing well. Guess what? Let him keep. He was the one who made the decision to let because the youth is keeping well. That take character and personality, you know.
Yeah, man, boss you, man, you get, you know. But
yeah,
I don't know how him never met the U20 team.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Hey, it would have been tough for any one of the local keepers to get out Connor Boyce Clark though, because that guy can keep.
But man is man, me not see my boy that keep the other one was from Jamaica.
Who?
The second stream one went over the tall one, man. With their Waterhouse. You not see him keep.
At Waterhouse? Breadback?
Yeah, man. Breadback, yeah. One team.
Yeah, where is Breadback?
Last of the system. Where's Breadback?
What? Yeah. What's his current name?
Don't remember, you know.
Oh, yeah, you know, that's a very good question. Where is that keeper? Because he was in the under-20 team. He's one of the players we haven't been.
Ricardo Watson.
Somebody was saying that he was keeping at Portmore. Oh,
Ricardo Watson, yeah.
Ricardo Watson, yeah. And he's Mpet says he was overseas.
Heard he was overseas.
Yeah, the keeper in the Cameroon game was Jamali Wait. Good goalkeeper as well. So this goalkeeping position is going to be tough, you know. Like Dylan Barnes, it's hard to see Dylan Barnes get called back, you know, because you weren't the first string, so that's going to be a problem.
No, but you need Connor Boyce Clark, you know, not the team now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if you have Amal Knight, Connor Boyce Clark, Andre Blake, Jamali Wait, and say Kemar Foster. That's 5 goalkeepers that will challenge each other. In other words, if you're not in form, and what I want to see is that if Andre Blake is not in form, we can confidently put one of our other goalkeepers in the
man,
goal.
wait, look good.
Yeah, but you guys keep on missing it, you know. You know what? No, Dylan is not at a club right now. Yeah, the under-17 have 3 nice goalkeepers as well. But they have a little, you know, they don't reach up to that level yet, but good players to come through. Dylan Barnes is not with a club, I believe. And the other guy named Adai, I think he has at Crawley Town, way down in the tier. I think he kept in the Catalonia game. But what I'm saying, though, unseen. What I'm saying is that with the team, right? If Andre Blake is not... Say Andre Blake having a string of bad games. He normally doesn't, but say he's having a string of bad games. You have Connor Boyce Clark, but it is not a guarantee that he's better than Jamali Wait on a given day, or Amal Knight on a given day. Even Kemar Foster, though he's local, he's also a very brilliant keeper, you know.
Yeah, man, the coach started about him highly.
You understand? So because I was going to say to you that we must not forget that when the team came back from Suriname, many Jamaicans thought that Suriname was going to beat us at the National Stadium. And they never had much confidence in Amal Knight being in the goal. You remember that game? All right. Then after that, we played Mexico. In fact, people were saying that he was ill and he kept in that Mexico game. People forget that, you know, given the circumstances. So when the opportunities came for Amal Knight to be in the goal, to be fair to him, he has not failed at the national level. You can't pick out the game. You can look back at probably it was a one mistake of the people that kill him. No, not everybody, not everybody. It's true that they quarrel with one mistake still, but
When you say he make a mistake and never kill him.
yeah, man, one mistake. You made one mistake, and the people that they get mad for real. But the point I'm making, even with J, I mean, Kemar Foster has not kept, and I mean, Jamal wait, I think one game. But Connor Boyce Clark made some mistakes in the under 20, but you expect that he will continue to improve and go. So it will be interesting to see how the selection of goalkeeper will go going ahead. You understand me? But big up Brian in the chat as well. Yeah, it's just like Unseen blaming Eric Edwards for the one mistake the man made this year.
I know one mistake, more than one mistake. More than one mistake.
This year, only one mistake against Cavaliers. I think he allowed it.
Oh, this year, because the year just started, January.
No, man, this season.
No, more than one mistake.
Tell me the game, Unseen. You have, so you have to have the facts.
Yeah,
Jason,
he met one down the
Jason,
country.
put up the quote again, Jason. Put up the quote again, Jason. Let me say it for Unseen.
Listen, man. You make one down the country.
Against who?
Give the goal. I don't remember the team name. I can't remember the team name, but you give one down the country. Now get the right facts. I'll come to you.
Yeah, until you have the right facts, don't say the man make more than one mistake, because you don't have the right facts. All right, Demo Dre, you're back now. So you see, we put up the name of that you're asking about. What say you now?
Yeah. Big up yourself, Unseen. So the thing is, the reason why I wanted to mention the whole whisper thing is because, I mean, all around the space in terms of Jamaican content and stuff, is like they're saying that because he's playing schoolboy football and that's the level, he shouldn't be given a look in it. Him for continue to play some more because the level where he play was just the Manning Cup. I mean, say, is this the mindset of Jamaican people regularly? Like, we just believe, say, yo, okay, we can transition people in the national team and let them have like a million, like 5-6 first good season before we can introduce them to the first team. My take on this was always, listen, the exceptional season that the youth had at his age, you can see the man obviously have talent. What is it for you to keep him in and around the national team, make him train with the big boys, them and all of them something there, and give him a chance? No, the counter to that is obviously you have other players out there, especially now with the England-based players and stuff, who are gonna command that space over Whisper. And that's fine, right? We can accept that. But what is wrong with him going and developing his skin, holding his skills as he trains with the first team and travel around with the first team and get that experience? Like, I mean, alone mad, like, you hold a view that to man is man.
No, listen, I think this is ideal. If we were going to play like a game, like a Nations League game against Mexico, and that would have been his first call up over Mikel Antonio and those guys, I would have a problem because it's not right. But now that he has been invited to this camp, I think this is good because now the coach will see him against senior players and not just high school players. And if he goes there and he outclasses the other forward like the Peter McGregor, the Jason Wright, and those guys, then it proves that he can play at the highest level and he should be a part of it. But if he goes there and it is, he doesn't do that, then he still has time to grow and develop and be given more opportunities. So I think this is the ideal way to usher him into the national program, right? Have the camp and let the coach have a personal look at him against the kind of competition that he will be up against at the international level to some extent. Because if you do that, the coach, it don't hurt the coach and it don't hurt Whisper.
Exactly. So I can't. Well, I mean, like you said, the first part in terms of if it was a game, but we probably wouldn't agree with him, go starting and so. But I still think You take him there and give him a part of the experience. Like all around the world, people do this with them national team. It's part of exceptional talent. And by the way, I think Satchel should have been in this as well. Because I mean, we sport out of this world. But for me, as an overall player, I think Satchel he was awesome as well. But the growth of these young guys depends on how they transition um in the national team. So when I see what wrong with it, we not have
Yeah.
a setup for keep him here. So him not need to go back go play no more schoolboy football again and prove himself and all of them something there. Like me not get it.
Yeah, but what I'll say though, Demon, on the Satchel thing, so 10% of the squad, right,
Yeah.
is under 18.
Okay.
All right, that's 10%.
Mhm.
60% is under 23. All
Wow.
right. 30 and it's so that's 70% right there,
Yeah.
right? And it's 25%. If you check the average age, it's 28 and under.
Wow.
So I think it's a good call up
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
the Richard King is young, Topi is
Yes.
22. Yeah, you understand me? Richard King is young, Atkinson is young, Anderson is young, Ming is young, Jaden White is young, Eric Simpson is young, Juma Johnson. There's O'Dean Murray is young, Chambers is young, Campbell is young. So it's a very young team, but what you have is that Peter McGregor is young as well, Malachi Douglas. What you have is that a lot of them have been playing in the league, so people think that they're old. Like a lot of people think Busy is old,
And them Mario Phillips too.
Yeah, Busy is young, So
Them
a
Mario Phillips
lot
are
of
just
people,
24.
a lot of people think like Busy, Topi is old. You know that Topi is under 23 still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that Topi has been playing so long. O'Dean Murray is 20.
Colin Anderson is 23.
Yeah.
I get
So,
it.
yeah,
I
so
get
it's
it.
just a few players who you'd say are older players in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was my thing. I just don't want to see us lose like great talent because we say, oh, him improve him. I just schoolboy level improve himself. You know what I mean? Because I don't see anything wrong with him
Yeah.
traveling and training with the senior guys and learning from them and that kind of stuff. Then people are gonna say, oh, we might take up a space to somebody else who deserve it. Sure, fine. Me
Yeah.
accept that. But personally, you
I
can't.
think,
He's a supreme talent. That like
yeah,
a man outer class.
like
Demo.
people, I agree to Demo that Satchel and Blake, and I think those two players,
That are the center back for JC.
yeah,
Okay.
I like him as well.
Yeah, man, him
I
decent.
also
He
think
had a
he's
horror show. Oh, I wish game him be horrible, About the last game, he was horrible in that game. I think they lost.
because
But
he and Bagley in the under 20 team played very well. But Unseen
mm,
was going to ask you
yeah,
something.
we have to unseen.
Yeah, I was saying though, we're not gonna have problem though if they not give him a fair assessment in the camp,
But explain what you consider a fair
Yeah,
assessment.
I was just going to ask that.
Fair, them always the man.
No, I don't know what them always do. Tell me. You tell me.
When I want the Phoenix camp come out and say, hey, then go put whisper this position and in camp. You understand what I mean?
So what you don't want is for the Phoenix camp to put out some stuff. I don't know what that have to do with fear assessment. Careful now, because
Yeah,
not because the Phoenix camp says something necessarily
exactly.
mean that is actually what took place.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly.
So, but what is a fear? What would you consider? Why they would have 30 players and the one person they don't? Why would you come up with that? The one person they're not going to assess fairly is Whisper. Why would you say that?
No, I never said that. I want everybody to get a fair assessment. So not because most of the time when the younger ones
But Unseen, do you realize that's not making any sense? No, Unseen. If you call the players, look at them. Why wouldn't you assess them fairly?
I never say him. Remember, him can't assess everybody himself. I'm gonna ask people for help him.
Yeah, and management, you can continue this with him, but I just gonna leave by saying this. I think I said it in the comment section earlier. For me, like the man, well, he had games with us, but he has already won me over as a coach for the Jamaica team. Like me just can't tell. Like me not gonna say, oh, we qualify and blah blah blah, whatever. I still think we're gonna qualify, but that's not the reason. Like the stuff that he's doing as a coach, like him have him own philosophy and all of them thing here, and the Andre Blake situation, him come and sort it out
Yeah.
himself. Even though the JFF did do whatever, and that was a whole thing.
And he went after the Leon Bailey thing, he went to England and met with him.
Yeah, like the man just win me over with everything that he's doing. I mean, I say, listen, it's looking up for Jamaica, and it come at the perfect time with the whole Adidas deal, and beer thing. So it is Jamaica is looking up. I'm feel like say, oh, I have a good feeling inside about this whole World Cup prospect and things. So we might be doing the Iceland clap where they used to do. Who knows the slow clap?
Yeah.
So big up
Like,
yourself.
you're gonna have to come to the games, when we play a game in Jamaica, bro, man. Man, brethren.
What man? Wait for the World Cup here, so we are talking about the
No,
World
but
Cup
you
to
can
come
come
and
and
foreign,
qualify
innit?
as brethren, you can come. Listen, how I going? What you talking about? You can come and watch a game, man.
Yeah, but why am I gonna watch a qualifier when we can just wait until Jamaica qualifies for the World Cup
Jeez,
and watch them
Rich.
over here?
Suppose Jamaica play their games in Canada, eh?
Canada is a drive away. Is that far?
All right, boss. Or Mexico. You go
No,
Buffalo.
definitely
We
not
must
go
win.
Mexico. But not go Mexico. But yeah, man, big up yourself, man.
Yeah. All right. Big up Fabricio Demo. Bless up.
Big up.
All right. Gunners boss is also back with us. Demario Phillips is 22. You see that? Will be 23
Lie,
this
man.
year.
No, man, I'm 24, Virgin. The man tell me that on the interview, say I'm 24. So I know fresh guy that about.
What you mean,
Fresh
say the
guy.
man? Huh?
The encyclopedia now work this time, fresh guy. If they from interview, the man say I'm 24, why am I tell that make a mistake on him age?
Okay.
What was Dima part in shot just now? What Dima say at the end of the minute it slipped me so
No, he
fast.
says though he has not seen the coach yet. Like the coach has not qualified the team. He likes the philosophy of the coach and the coach's approach. So he's behind the coach 100%, basically, because he's saying that he likes the things that he sees the coach doing.
Yeah, man, we are supposed to rally behind the coach, whichever the coach. We can't start bash him until him start feel, and him look like he's going in the right direction so far at the
Yeah.
beginning. I do all the right thing, the Blake thing and the Leon thing. Me not even know say me fly over there for meet Leon Bailey and then talk and the certain things. But this thing now, where who is the most exceptional young player in Jamaica presently?
Unseen, you want to take that one?
Well, when I like name one player, I like name more than one. You understand me? One thing. Young
I
player.
just asked, I want to ask Francine, the most
One,
exceptional football player,
but
number
if you say
one,
one, you
schoolboy.
already know the name.
The number one schoolboy is Dujan Whisper Richards, man.
Yeah,
He's the
you
number
know
one.
him, so.
So what is the problem? Well, I understand whisper handlers and parents might not want him to play in the local leagues for whatever reason. But regardless, anywhere whisper there, if whisper, doing those things that he did in Jamaica and anywhere, people are looking to put him in up to the national levels, or into some form or assist him to get him to the national level, without talking about he have to go play football because he only play against Manning Cup. He's Manning Cup age. Who you expect him to play at 14, 15, 16? He have to play against his peers. So if he's better than LeBron James was not playing against Michael Jordan when he was going to high school. But he was ready for the professional at before 18, and at 18 he becomes pro, and from there he also represents the national team. So what is the big problem if the youth are the best when they're supposed to have him beside the best?
All right. Yeah, no, man. But remember now, so though he's the best, in his age group, and like I said, I believe that this is good, that he is called up. But if he goes and he doesn't manage playing against adult well, then he has to go back and work on that. That's what I am saying. I am glad that he has gotten the opportunity. He should take it with both arms, but he has to also prove that he can play and be dominant against adult. Because if he goes against these, what they call the Jamai Topi and the Richard King, who are national players, and they, he cannot dominate them, then you know that it probably will be difficult for him to go and dominate the Mexicos and those teams. It is not impossible for him to do it. But you understand me? It's just like LeBron James. If when LeBron James was 17, he couldn't go up against the Kobe Bryants and the shot. He had to go into the league and prove himself. So what people are saying is that he has to go in and prove that he can play against them. And now he has the opportunity to do that. But he has been given the opportunity, and I think that is the step in the right direction. I am glad that the coach is doing this, because at the end of the day, no one should say they weren't given an opportunity. You understand me, Pioneer? Because Pine Action, everybody is getting a chance. And so he's getting his chance, and he has to now prove that he can manage this, he can handle this. And it's not just at his age group level, he can perform above his age group. And once he does that, he's going to be a part of the setup.
But man is man. What people don't know, is that Whisper used to these players, because Phoenix play a lot of practice match against Premier League team.
Unseen, what I'll say to you is that you and I know that you cannot use that to really determine a lot of things. It's very hard to use practice games when you have a Premier League team playing against under 17 to determine the quality. It's very difficult. I'll tell you this. In Jamaica, those things happen. We're
ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
Where are you at the games?
I've seen them play practice games, of course. Listen, let me tell you this. And I don't want to get this conversation. Phoenix Academy played in the St. Anne Major League. I will leave it at that.
Phoenix Academy, even though them have youth, them play like a more semi-pro style of ball.
What I say to you, they were relegated. They finished at the bottom of the league because they were very good youngsters, played very well, but they were playing against men who were big and strong, and they were bunks all over the place. It's not that they cannot play a ball. So for us to come on and say that the Phoenix players are so good that they can beat all the Premier League teams, you can't say that. You can't use practice games. That's why I don't want to get into that kind of conversation, because I don't want it to sound like I'm saying the players are not good, because they are good players.
We are talking about individual player and his ability in the game. Correct.
So how Unseen, you say you're a
coach. So I talk about Whisper. Or Whisper perform in the practice game. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So how did Whisper perform? Listen, you see this conversation, Unseen?
No, you're gonna run from it.
Me running from it?
Yeah, you're gonna run from it.
Tell me which practice game against a Premier League team where Whisper dominated the defense. Tell me one. Tell me the game.
Cavaliers.
Whisper played against the Cavaliers Premier League team in a practice game, and he dominated them. That's one.
Good, yeah.
No. He dominated them. All right? All right. So I want you to send me the video, and then that's one. Give me an ex-Premier League team. Hold on, man. Give me an ex-Premier League team that he played a practice game against, and he as an individual, because we're not talking about the Phoenix team. We're talking about him as an individual.
Waterhouse.
So he played against who were the centre backs at Waterhouse that he dominated?
Elvis.
So Whisper dominated Elvis Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And who again he dominated?
Remember next centre back name.
So Whisper dominated Richard King. He dominated Jamai Topi. He dominated Elvis Wilson.
Continue.
No, you are telling me. I'm asking you. I want to make sure that is what you're saying. I don't want to say
so
anything.
So now they'll get the clips. They'll get the clips and send them.
No. I want to watch a game for myself. I don't want no clips.
No, when you watch it, when you're on live, same time.
So what? Let me finish now. So Whisper has dominated in practice games, right? As an individual, he has dominated the Waterhouse defenders. He has dominated, watch me, the Cavalier defenders. All right? Who again in the Premier League has he dominated?
Man, is man, you said a 2 team in here, so we're not going further. Yeah, we're not going further. So okay. I get the clips there.
No, man. So let's stop. So the Phoenix have one player. One player.
Jesus, man.
They have one player that has yeah.
Make we leave that there, because you know make it look like we never had the discussion in our Whisper discussion. We just ask a question because I think if he's good enough to dominate.
But man, answer the right question now. What is there? What? Now I'm talking about him. And seeing you have someone saying Elvis is the best CB in JPL and should be invited. So that means say a young player can dismiss him and score a goal for him.
So Unseen, this is where I am. So I am playing defense.
Right.
Listen, I think you guys are, and this is what I'm telling you. Sometimes Unseen, honestly, you know, may I bridging outside of this thing. So my time, it goes above my level of reasoning to think like a player scores a goal against me in a game and he dominated me. He goes past me, we play a 90 minutes game, and for most of the game, or for most of the times, I win the ball. On one occasion, he scores a goal, and because he scores, he has dominated.
Someone is why you have to make it sound with like, oh, you say, yeah, put in your way to win the argument.
That's why I want to see the clip. I want to see the game.
I have to make you have opportunity to win.
Because listen, I will tell you this: if Whisper dominate Richard King as a 15-year-old when he was playing, because he wasn't 17, he wasn't 16.
16, he was 16.
Listen, do not tell me that.
On the practice match,
do not tell me that. Find the practice match. If at 15 years old, he's dominating the Waterhouse defenders, and those players get called.
So why them get called?
What? Listen, let me finish, man. Listen, let me finish. Listen, let me finish. If at 15 years old, if we have a 15-year-old in Jamaica that is dominating our national defenders, and we take these same defenders to let them play World Cup qualifier, FIFA should ban us.
My
opinion. They should never, listen, anybody who plays international football and let a 15-year-old dominated them should not play for a national team.
Question. When Waterhouse go play in the Caribbean Cup and the 15-year-old that dismiss them and treat them bad in the competition. What you say about that?
When who?
From Dominica, the club.
When who?
Waterhouse.
Played Waterhouse. You were the one who came on.
You remember?
You were the one who came on and said those Waterhouse defenders should be playing. When we were saying, if them got here son a 15-year-old, I do them that. And the man was not 15. The man was not 15. The youth was 17 years old.
When the under 19 team dominate the whole Jamaica team, what you say?
When who?
The under 19 Japan team dominate the whole Jamaica team. What you say?
The under 19 Japan team dominating with whole Jamaica team.
What do you mean?
Which under 19 Japan team? Which under 19 Japan team? Which under 19? Hold on. Tell me which under 19 Japan team dominated Jamaica national team. Tell me.
All right, man.
Tell me when the Japan under 19 team dominated the Jamaica national team. Tell me when.
When they call up Curtis Pilton and Monday.
A Japan under 19 team dominated the Jamaica senior team.
One Japan youth team, man. Japan youth team, you know.
A Japan under 19 team.
Youth team.
Anyways, we have a caller. And see, Japan under 19 team. It, yeah, go ahead, Brian, man.
Yeah, afternoon. Why sometimes when me hear Antine talking, brother, all I will say is still nobody not dispute to the youth, the kid have talent in. But what me I say is we don't have to downgrade the next player in order to elevate the kid, you know.
Listen, yeah, let me just answer some of them people. Listen, you see, all I want to talk, none of them are close to Whisper family like me. So let's not get there. Them Wayne West and them Monday. Anytime you talk to, call him Duji when you see him and talk to him father. So stop that nonsense. The youth for them are the thing that we are talking about. We are talking about facts. When we are talk to people, we must speak facts.
And me not have a speak. Big up yourself, Carla. Me there too.
Facts we must speak. We mustn't try to exaggerate things. The youth today, he must be called up. So when I talk about that, the idea though that Whisper has dominated the players in our JPL is not true. It is not true. And that doesn't mean he's not a good player. But we don't have to tell lies to talk about his quality because his quality speak for itself.
But
we don't have to tell lie. The youth is just good naturally. We don't have to tell no lie. The youth is just good. So we don't need to tell no lie to make it sound like him good. Him already good. We can talk about his Manning Cup performance, and that is good enough for him to be called. We don't need to tell no lie. We don't need to tell no lie. That the youth dominate.
Man, they make all the corner. The man them turn this way enough for them personal, so I make all the corner come up down.
No,
make
man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because the one unseen, me don't know how me I seen so much. And the man seen. As a man we always quiet. The man just shut me down look while I'm not even remember what he that say. And turn the conversation into him and man into like a whisper machine with the pan. No. When me I say is, it is an exceptional talent and the most exceptional young talent out of Jamaica. From now, he should be projected to be in the national team and get help towards developing his talent to a next level. And nobody not have no personal or vindictive things towards him because at the end of the day, he's not Phoenix Academy player or Craig Butler player. He's a Jamaican kid who is at the highest level a young man can be at his age group. And that's what we look for and develop that are moving forward. So that's all I ever say. So it's the most exceptional. He's supposed to get called. Whether at the under 20, whether at the under 20 or whatever it is, if he's the best of the rest, he's supposed to get called. And the next man second to him supposed to be getting called and looked at also. That's all me I say on that level.
Exactly. Listen, Unseen, my team played against Phoenix with all Ants and all of them and Bell them. Good players them. So me know me I talk about. They play in our local league. They played when I was here and I watched them play. Great. In fact, I used to go to games knowing that they were going to lose, but still watch them because they were so good as 15 and 16-year-old. And the players in the St. Anne Major League, they were so big and physical. That's what they did to beat Phoenix. Not that the Phoenix players weren't technically better. So when I look at that, I find it hard to believe that Phoenix have 15 and 14 and 13 years old who can dominate all our professional clubs in Jamaica, brother. Me can't believe
man.
And then I'll make it talk. Me not have to say them thing there to talk about Whisper quality. Me not have to tell lie. Whisper is exceptional. Me not have to tell lie.
Man is one.
Me no have to tell no lie.
Hold on, the man is one. Hold on, the man is one. Me say. So when we say Phoenix play against Premier League team and stuff. I mean, the reason why I say it is because when he go into the camp, he might feel free to express himself against the players.
So who they argue that? Nobody never argue that.
That more say no, you can't the argument.
No.
You said the man dominated Premier. You no.
You carry the argument gone past Mumpus and gone we are Chapitan and Falkland. When me the writer start that's all me a try to say now. And you gone down in one part.
So where you say Anfield, if you get national look, try out.
Yeah, everybody agree with that. Everybody agree with that point.
That's all me saying a pioneer. The youth
Pioneer.
I'm a pioneer this man. I'm a pioneer.
The youth have experience against these players because they play against them in a practice game. Man is man and say practice game, not do this, practice game, not do that.
No. Unseen. Listen to Unseen.
Have to defend the practice game now.
Unseen. Just listen, man. Nobody here, everybody in the comment section and everybody on the stream, even Demo came on and nobody's disagreeing. Everybody believe that Whisper must be in the team. When we started saying Pine Action came on, and I said, Pine Action, listen, what is good is that it's a win-win. If he goes in there and he doesn't dominate because he's physical built or whatever, then he has things to go and work on. I am glad that the coach, and Pioneer can correct me, I'm saying, I'm glad that the coach is using this opportunity because I would not want him to go and start in a game from here and go and start in a game over Mikel Antonio. That's what I said to Dimo, you know. What is good is that the coach is having this camp. It is the right way to bring him into the team. That's what we were discussing, you know. So that he can get the opportunity for the coach to see him and play against physical big players because that is what he will be playing against at the international level. If he does well, of course, he will continue in the team. And if it doesn't work out, he still has a lot of time. That's what we were saying, you know. You were the one who brought up the whole thing about him now, where you started saying that he dominated the Premier League teams. So it wouldn't be a problem. So I ask you, what teams? And you said Cavaliers, he dominated the Cavaliers and the Waterhouse defense. That is how the conversation came up. This is not about Whisper being in the team.
My name's Man.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Anyway, you know, we don't know the soccer thing. Me tell you something. Them they hear this now. Them have a new thing, a new combat sport. You hear about the Dana White power slapping league.
The what? Power slapping league?
Yes. Google it right. Take up your phone. I go for your computer and look for it. Dana White is the UFC boss who me that tell you say slap him wife over Cameroon and Mexico the other day.
Anyways, I need you to answer this because somebody's saying and I just want to make sure that Wayne West is saying that me here upon the next show how I throw him under the bus. I think he's trying to say that you have an issue with Whisper. Wayne West, let me see if I can get you saw the comment?
Who, me?
Yeah, man. Wayne West is saying something.
So me for the next show, which issue with Whisper about what?
Yeah, like you're throwing Whisper under the bus. I don't know what he's saying though.
No man, me that talk to Whisper father. I tell him say if there's an opportunity for Whisper go to college, me talk to Whisper father for the next show with where me different. Me talk to him in person.
Yeah, him say Pine him say you know rate Whisper from morning.
After me, so I didn't even know Whisper. Me don't know Whisper. Me never see Whisper play for ball. Apparently, me live brother the show. Me follow here the man them say Whisper great. And me see some little clip on me here. Craig Butler the man them talk about him. And me I say yes, if the youth exceptional is an exceptional talent him to get to the game. But at the same time, too much people not in him ears. Me talk to him father and tell him father say yeah man, tell him to be a great man. And go to what's out there for him. So I don't know where Wayne West. I say Wayne West maybe never listen. Wayne West. All right, Wayne West, you win.
Yeah. Go ahead, make a point. Pioneer. What you were talking about. Yeah.
The Dana White is the UFC MMA big man. Where I don't know if it was a publicity stunt the other day there at Mexico on New Year's night or so for vacation and him and his wife get into it. And you can see the video on TMZ where his wife slapped him first and he slapped her back and because after the power we have and the money we bring, nobody not talk about it in the media more than so everybody a keep it quiet because everybody and him come out and him say him apologize, him say him wrong to slap him wife and no man supposed to slap them wife, this, that and the third. But right before that, this man come out with a league name, the Dana White Power Slapping League. This is a league where big beefy face people like CC and Unseen slap each other. A man box down a man. Just look on the highlight of it. It's the audio, it's on there. Just put in Dana White Power Slapping League and you'll see me talk about. And this thing is a thing where a money thing. They used to have a little man when they are Jamaica up a papi, and I don't remember his name. And him used to man used to give him $5 to slap him, and he used to take some hard slap him die. Now I think people, everybody in a party know him, and the slapper man people used to pay me always sorry for him. I say, why people? But that's not evil to people. But this is what Dana White about to make some more millions of dollars off and the millions they make out of it.
Anyways, fine. We have to interrupt something, right? Let me say, people. It's when I say and the scene is like, me look, brother, you understand me? So, the next game. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me at him at the next game. So, this is right. All right, and this is all the conversation. So we don't take it as any animosity between us. All right. But we in West, the problem we in West is that the thing is that you know Piney, Piney don't know you. So I'm not going to use the platform to allow the engagement because the truth is we in West. It's just a name, but you probably see the face, you know the person, you hear the voice. You don't know you, and you are saying that he threw whisper under the bus. He's saying that. People, let's say it again. All right, let's say it again. Duji, what they call him, a Port Royal where him come from. They don't call him no whisper. Duji, them call him. And that them call him as a youth. Richards. He's called up good baller. The coach is doing the right thing. All right. Yeah, you know that we have a big breaking news. Me just gonna say this because there's a major development that we have to share. Major development with Jamaica. All right, so let me give you it quickly so you can go. So I've just received some reports that a lot of the local players have not gotten any visa yet for the under 17. Up to 3 minutes ago, which is a problem. Well, it's not really a problem, because it means that they have to make travel plans without going into the United States, right, Piney?
Go to Panama.
You can go to Panama and then go to Guatemala. But that is it. And this is the problem sometimes with some of these things. You have to select your players early and deal with your visa application early, because there's no guarantee that you are going to get the visa. And when it is close,
there's no representation without documentation. You're not supposed to look about them documents before you have them go anyway, man. Before you even call them up for the team, you're supposed to be on track or make sure that them documents up to date. Now, what do you think?
It's hard, because unfortunately, Piney, Unseen, I know you have to leave, but big up yourself. You understand me? And bless up. Yeah. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, we live in a situation where you have players who turn up to these camps, and honestly, they don't even have a birth certificate. And you can't blame, because remember, it's not like when you're born, the JFF know that them going to call you or the J3As. I think the parents in Jamaica, them have to do better, man. Parents must do better. They must do better.
From kids ready to get passport. I always tell people, listen,
yeah, man.
This is your birth certificate, your passport when you come of age, and your driver's license. Them things, they are three things where you have to always have. They are very essential things to get you going forward. Because if you sit down in Jamaica right now, and there's an opportunity come to you, and you have to make a move and you don't have a passport today. You lose that opportunity, it don't have to be football, in general, in life, brother. make sure who they on the line. If you don't have your passport, come get your
Yeah, man.
passport, get your CRA,
Yeah,
get
man.
your passport.
I
Have those things ready because without those things, you can't do nothing much, brother, unless you decide to me, I'm going
listen,
to stay here
let me
stagnant.
talk. I mean, I need to use this medium to talk to some of the parents and for real. You see, listen. See the man that we are buy the clocks them for $20,000 and then falls and you not even know you wear them. You pay $20,000 for your clocks. And you have a son who can play ball and you can't give him 7,500 because he and his mother not dead. Them things they've cut out him, man. That is not the
Yeah.
GFF. That is not the GFF job. When your child born, you get a birth certificate, man. Even if you don't have nothing to do with the child life, get them birth certificate with their name on it and get them passport.
Yeah, man.
Deal with from early. And because you don't know, you don't know. This could be a star in the making. That is not the Jamaica Amateur Athletics Association. Now nothing to do with that. The people them in charge of swimming now have nothing to do with that. You understand me? The netball people now have nothing to do with that. The passport and and birth certificate. Parents supposed to do that for them kids, man. You have to get your
Yeah,
kid
man.
identification. You can have your
Yeah,
and them
man.
not have no identification. Them not have
Yeah,
nothing
man.
to do with Jamaican. I don't
Yeah,
know if
man. You have to have
you
them
disagree
things,
with
man.
me still.
Them thing there, you have to get them thing there. Have yourself ready, have your youth ready, because just like we say, anything can happen and a move can come your way, and you have to do things. Don't wait till the last minute and when things come. No, when the opportunity come, now you try to run around. Yeah, you vote and politicians give out farm work cards and opportunities to go work in a foreign and them place there. People are applying for people to work overseas and all these things. Have a passport, just have it and put it down there. Make it run out, and when it run out, you're going to renewing it until when you're ready. Because one day you can just get up and feel a vibe. Say, well, go down where them embassy, England, Canada, anywhere them, go try a thing, and you make a move. You're there, Jamaica, in a little situation. You want to run go over Bahamas, or you want to run go over there. So you don't have to, if you have a visa, you have to have a passport. Yeah, me come to Jamaica now, me see a little bridge now, one little sister now, me want to gear, one little old car. So you gonna make a money and carry your money come do it. You don't have no driver's license. You lose that the opportunity there. Your friend or your family want to give you helping and you don't have nothing. So you're never gonna get the help because they must say, ooh, then if him not have no driver's license, so when you gonna give me money to buy a car for?
Yeah. Somebody's saying to me, right? Somebody's saying that it comes down to education because some people are not taught the same life skills. Why Rob, me hear you say about
Man, let me tell a man something. The man never teach me nothing. From me a 8 year old, me run with from a man down a Porus, down a Manchester, around a Ramble Bush. Run a bush, run a Ramble back a Harman. So Harman, my born. Yeah. I'm a runner from me a 8 year old, brother. I go to Kingston when me a 11 year old. I go to England, I go to America, I go to Mexico, I go to Cuba, I go too many places to name them. We go to England, we take the ferry down over Holland, go and Bonner Split. Yeah. So here what me I tell you say now. It no need no education for do them thing, the brother. And people if you know them thing, they say, no want better. When you have your son or your daughter, you if you know say you want better for that opportunities for them. So you can't get it and it no they are Jamaica much. So me have to get them ready to make the move. And get them ready to be here if they're gonna stay here. Driver's license, passport, whatever necessary, TRN, those things is a must have at all times. That's all we have to do. There's no way around it, no education, no excuses. We say it here and we will be saying it here moving forward more time. So that is one thing what we have to tell the people.
Can I
If
chime
you don't
in there,
want
big?
to be yourself
yeah,
part
man.
of the youth, get
Yeah.
on the thing.
All right, we have chemo. Big up yourself.
All right, good day, good day.
Good day,
You see
yeah, man.
the same thing what you would have talked about now, right? It's like a generation curse. The same mother will allow her son for day in the under 17 squad and don't have a passport and all of them issue there.
A birth
When
certificate.
she and a birth certificate. You understand? When she was younger,
fear our mother never see it, our father never see the importance of having that either, you know. So there's no way she ever learn from that mistake there and come make fear her son now, regardless of the talent him have, because maybe him are the only person in the family maybe play football or out of the son or whatever. So she not gonna know. Maybe when she in that position and she gonna realize say, boy, you know, it's important to have these documents and it can cause it can it can end up in our own son detriment where opportunity is missed. And this
you know what I personally believe? That there must be some sort of government thing because a passport is a $3,500. Maybe the PICA office need to put people at the high school so no child can come to high school without having a Jamaican passport. You're muted. You understand me? Maybe the government have to say, listen, you have to have the birth certificate and your passport to be admitted into high school and force people to go and do it and probably let the PICA people go into the high schools in the summer to help with the applications and those things. But we can't continue like this.
We can't. We're back at time. And I can attest to that for myself as well. Because back in high school, I used to play cricket. And how I got an opportunity to go on a plane was when I was 18 years old to play cricket. And that's the moment when the opportunity came. That is the actual moment where I went to look for my passport at 18. Oh. And maybe the complacency would be there I would say up to now because I always have ambition. But the complacency would be there for maybe 2 more years before I went and looked for my passport. So it was cricket that actually gave me the opportunity to go overseas for the first time and to actually acquire a passport. Because before that, no family member was urging me to get a passport because they didn't see the meaning.
But you know what? Jason just made an important point. When you're going to prep, well, I don't know. Primary school do it too, and prep school, because I had the privilege of going to both primary and prep. You get to open account, and then they used to give you they used to come to the school and even collect the money and lodge it into those accounts. Maybe we have to. I can't understand people.
Those things no longer happen, man.
Yeah, no, but
they need to start it back again. Those things no longer happen.
You know what, people? Is when them start getting job, them try to open account, 20-year-old, them don't have a bank account because they don't have any ID.
I know 50-year-old, 60-year-old don't have any form of identification. Maybe they have the birth paper. And they just sit there. Basically, those people are just living. They're just living.
I don't know. Well, it can't continue.
What we're talking about now for those people, them is all right. Them all right. Them good. We are talking about for this generation. You see what you say now. Hear what the problem was now. You see your parents, them see you play cricket from early, at a young age, And them when them see that, them should have said, but you know what, boy have some potential, And if you want to go play over Trinidad, they have to have him passport. So them should not think for them thing. We know it's hard sometimes, but sometimes you have to tie your belly, and must say the future we are doing.
And then this is the thing. With me, I can talk for myself. With me, no matter how well I was doing in schoolboy cricket and playing cricket, my mom and my dad never came and watched the game. Never had the time. So they still didn't see the urge. They didn't see it as an opportunity. It was always you're coming home late. Yeah, you have to stop training because the time and they see it different. They don't see it as an opportunity.
Yeah. All right. So let me tell you what happened, Rob. Because Rob. So at the hospital nowadays, right? You see, as soon as the child is born, there's somebody from the RGD that is there. All right. One of the problems with Jamaica is that, and I know this because I am a part of this kind of system. One of the problems is this. Sometimes because the parents don't follow through, so they get something to register the child, but they don't complete the process of the birth certificate. And I think a lot of times this has to do with the mothers, because some of them I don't know if they don't know which father to put on it, or them don't want to put the wrong father on it. So they want to give it time until they confirm who the father is. By that time, the child are probably 10 when they decide, okay, he has been, I don't know. But it just seemed like it them take some time to figure out who's supposed to be the father of the child. So the birth certificate get delayed or it get done. I don't not understand this.
So isn't it mandatory now, Mannings, man? Isn't it mandatory now?
Yeah, it is mandatory because they get registered, but you have to go back when you leave out of the hospital, you have to go to the RGD to apply because the child is registered, But you don't. So you get that piece of paper, the pink piece of paper, that you're supposed to go back to the RGD to complete the process, and many of them don't go back.
But I mean, when I say it's mandatory, I'm talking about the instance where the mother doesn't know the child, the father for the child. Because a DNA would be done, so the confirmation will be there maybe at the time, so they can make the decision. Say it's Tom Jones' son, and both the mother and the father would be on the birth paper, because some birth paper only has the mother name on it, not the father,
Okay.
Some birth paper has only the mother's name on it, and not the father. Both mother and father. Just the mother's name is on some most birth papers.
Okay.
But this is something we have to talk about, and it have to fix. So when we talk about these things, hopefully this video can spread, and then someone, when it reach out to more people, these mistakes can eliminate in the near by future. So
Okay. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get somebody from the RGD to come on the program. Because this can't continue. You can't have you to get called to national cricket team. Listen, many athletes, people don't realize, it's just because we have so many track and field athletes, But many of the athletes who supposed to travel many times to all pen relay don't get to go because of the same thing, But because they have so many, it don't get show up. It happened with the cricketers as well, It just don't get show up because people don't pay much attention to those things.
I had an incorrect spelling with my name on my birth paper, and it changed maybe I think 10 years ago. Incorrect spelling. There was a double letter in my first name, and it had to change. Some simple little thing people sit down with and be complacent about, and wait till a deadline, then they try to change it, and we all know how that goes.
Yeah. Pani, what you're going to say?
Yeah, put up Rob Smith comment about Jamaica and and the thing about DNA time, man. Nobody not get no black no more, man. Everybody go take one paternity test, man. You can't take it all in your house.
But who pay for it? Who pay for it though?
If you want to make sure so you're not get the illegitimate child, you pay for it. That's what it is. It is what it is, man. A different time now. Now, when me I say now, even in America, still in a man's man. We can't just bash Jamaica, because in America, is recently, as after 9/11, people really start get passport in America, and a lot of 60 or 70-year-old American right now never travel go nowhere, don't have no passport and don't have no intention of getting one, don't care about it. So it does happen. People do get complacent, and and some people, if them don't have a reason to travel, they are not gonna get a passport until that reason come and then think about it.
And they are not optimistic. It boils down to not being optimistic about life, no matter what the age.
We are saying now, man.
Opportunity can come your way.
If you see, if me or so we see a little youth out there, a male or female, and them have the potential, and we see potential of them. We call them one side and call them parents and say, him having passport, him having birth certificate. Well, here's my message to you. Go and help him get these things and make sure him have them things, because you never know when the opportunity ever come when him can make a move. And that's how we have to do it now. And that's we have to go out there now, and we're saying lack of education without giving education don't make any sense. So we now have to go out there and help these people too. Encourage.
I'm going to get the person from the RGD to find out the process and if people just have how do they complete the process. And I'm going to get the person on this week because we have to fix that. And then I'm going to get somebody from Pika to come on because this passport thing, like
Pika,
yeah.
passport, you have an ID, you have your birth certificate, and you have your ID and your TRN. You go to Pika, you fill out a paper, a form, and you submit your form and you pay your money. If you want an expedited passport, you get that. And if you want one for a longer period of time, if you want to wait the time, you wait the time and get that one also. Because there's two different levels you can get it from. You understand?
Yeah.
So you don't need people don't need to go around and educate people how to go the passport. You just go for the passport office, but the register general people them now might need to come on and encourage and educate some people. It's not difficult to go for passport office. You have to just have your money to pay for your service and you have your documentation to go inside of the passport office, your ID and your TRN and whatever them require. The form they write there, them give you it and you read it and you see what you want and you go to get it done. So that's all we have to do now is tell the people them to go get them documents and ready to travel.
I know
I think
it's
them
not.
have them Tyrese and Dennis them have them passport and it done and them not travel and them go renew it. Them not gonna away yet, but them still have them. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the thing. But you know, me have a run. Me have a
Yeah,
run,
man. All
so
right, big up Gunners, boss. Enjoy the rest of the day, man. And thanks for the support as usual.
let's go.
Yeah, man. All right, that's Gunners, boss. Yeah. So people will go. So Kimo, long time, man. What's going on? How
I'm
things
here,
going?
man. I don't know what my thing going on. Busy with the work, but I'm
Yeah.
still in the comment section. I watch,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Con-
yeah.
concealment,
Yeah, the man from the Jamaica different source, man. At games recently, not seeing him, I figured that he out, probably
Yeah,
without
yeah.
case of emergency.
I see that you're a part of the staff.
No,
Look like you get signed, like
no.
you're a technical director
No,
with the big band them.
no. Listen,
It's a good look though. Happy.
yeah, no.
What
The
things,
thing is
man?
that, yeah,
Happy and optimist. I'm happy and I'm optimistic about what's to come in 2023.
yeah. There you go. And the truth is, listen, all of us, we have to pave a new path. While hope is alive, and there is some hope. So it's a new year now, and I'm willing. I don't want it to be said that vloggers did this or some of you are part of the problem. I want people, and nobody can come out and say, in fairness, that the vloggers have been trying to distract or tear down. A lot of the messages so far, for the most part, have been positive to what is happening. And it's going to stay that way now. And we also are going to continue to criticize and speak about what needs to change and improve because that's the right and fair thing to do. Right? So I will give my support. But when I see things, if they should go left, then I'm going to speak out that because that's what we have to do as a people. Because all of us
Exactly.
want what is best for the nation's football. All of us.
Exactly.
You understand me?
And we all should play a part in that as well. We can't just be bashing the team, the players, the coach, and the GFF, but we're not supporting because some of us, that's all we do. Bash,
Yeah.
they're coming on board, they're taking their little time, getting it right. You're seeing the improvements from last year and the year before until now. I've been following these platforms since 2021. And I've seen the improvement from when I started watching these platforms.
There you go. And that is how it has to be, And I know, like I told people, that there is now a coming together of the heads of the football to start preparing some players who are 13 and 14 in March of this year for the next under 17 cycle. And that is the kind of forward thinking and planning that we want in the football. And so, my input is needed. I'm going to give it because that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. You understand me? And I know it's the same thing all across. But I want to thank you for coming on as usual, man, and bless up when we see it. Hopefully we get to see each other. You know, I can't even say
Yeah.
it. Yeah, there may be some football playing in Jamaica, you know, in preparation for Nations League as well. So hopefully that will happen in early March, so we can, you know, we can get to have some
I won't be
football.
hearing. Hopefully it's in February because I won't be here in March. To be
March.
honest.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, bless up and thank you
Yeah.
for coming on, man. Yeah, man. So people after this one, this is just a fun one. So I saw Jason said it earlier. Just have to ask, right? This what's the name of the person? Logo. Is the person 21 for real? I saw something saying that when they asked her age, she said that she was 21. Is it true? Cause I don't know. Apparently she's a dancer, like one of those street dancers. I saw Jason put it up earlier, and let me tell you, listen, Unseen. All right, so people have to understand how Unseen and I work. So Unseen, she's not 21. Oh, you see, no, cause I was wondering, I was watching it with my wife, and she was saying, really? She's 21 years old and look like that? I couldn't believe it. So I'm she was say about 25. Uh, oh, we are 25. You said 21 years in that. Wayne West, boy, it looked like you don't have anything good to say. You understand me, Wayne West? Wayne West, listen. We have to give change a chance, my brother. All right? Has everything changed? No, but some things have changed. All right? She around 41. Star Wars, where you get that from? I guess, man. I guess. But I'm going to ask somebody in the entertainment industry. Big deal, Len. Big deal, Len. You're a big DJ, you know. Big deal, Len. How old is Logo? Because we know you probably have that age, you know, and can tell us for real. Yeah. But what I'll say, listen, we and West, right? Wisp, Okino, Malachi, young players being called up, and more young players being given a chance. These are good things that are happening. Good things that are happening. For the first time, we have had an under 17 team that has opened up the door to so many players from overseas. So many. Not all of them are going to make the final cut, but the door has been opened to them. So you could see a squad with like 10, 11 of them who don't reside in Jamaica. These are good things that are happening. We also saw that change in the under 20 team as well. There are more junior camps that they're going to be trying outside of Jamaica or scouting mission. So we have to at least give the change a chance. But at the same time, where there are mishappenings, like I heard Mr. Chung say it over and over, he doesn't mind criticism, but it must be respectful. All right? And if I do it, correct me. Oh, if I do it, correct me. Listen, if I do it, correct me. We don't need to like I always tell people this. Oh, big up yourself. Yeah, man. Oh, up in the hills. So that means you support a team called Madras. Right? All I say is this, right? You play for Madras. I don't know. Yeah. But all I will say is this, right? That the kid is a very, very good kid. Excellent. All right? And there are big, big plans in store for him. When this kid reaches 18, big doors are going to open for him. All right? So here's the thing. We don't need to add to it. His talents His talent speaks for itself. That's it. It speaks for itself. His parents are good human beings. And we, as the footballing public, is many a stars we see now that we thought they were going to be the next big thing. And it never materialized. I believe this one will happen. And we have to help to keep him level-headed. We have to help to keep him level-headed. There are many people who felt like Kevin Pele Wilson. He burst onto the scene. Kevin Pele Wilson was dominant in his high school days. Kevin Pele Wilson got called up to that Norway game and scored, and many people said that he was going to be the next big thing. He never moved overseas, but he had a good time and career in Jamaica. We had like Alex Marshall that many people said that this youth is a phenom. And I mean, in his days at George's, that whole George's team, and there was this link for him to be in Germany, never worked out. And it hasn't materialized. It's not too late. I'm just sharing stuff. Tariq McGee is the next one. Jordan Fletcher, Peter Lee Vassell, Lamar Walker was wanted by Brazilian clubs. These guys still have the opportunity, but I'm just saying, a lot of these, out of the schoolboy football, we were gloating and speaking, and sometimes we do it to the detriment of the youth. Sometimes we need to let them know that before we put it up earlier, Gavi at 18 scored in the World Cup. That's who we call big player. Gavi at 18 in the World Cup. That's where we need to say, yo, yeah, them youth here, not as much as I love local football. We need to lift the levels of our evaluation and say, Gavi and them youth here, I do things in the World Cup at 18. And Sifati, them guys. That's the level that our players supposed to be aspiring to. That's the levels that we're supposed to have them aspiring to. And don't let them feel like, yo. And I keep, hey, listen. The youths know this, you know. The youth know this, you know. I don't want them to tell me some big ball line. Them know this, you know. I tell, listen. I tell them, don't come to me with this big baller argument. Especially when I coach team, I say I have no big baller. If you're a big baller, you would not be at my team. You're not a big baller. If you're a big baller, if you're 18 and over, and you say you're a big baller, you would not be in my team. You can't be a big baller and be in my team. You cannot, because you would not be in Jamaica. As long as you're in Jamaica, you have to limit your levels in terms of how you evaluate yourself. Because there are players at your age group who are there you go, Mbappe at 18. Those are the levels that we need to tell the players. When we see an 18-year-old and we say, listen, no man, you have some talent, but think about what Mbappe did at 18. That's all we have to say to them, you know. Point them to some of these players. Point them to soccer at Arsenal. You see what these players are doing at 18 and 17? That's the level you need to reach. So keep on working hard and work harder. I know a player that I encourage people to talk to the player. 16-year-old player, you know, turn up somewhere one day and the people say, whoa, he's very good. You know him start say, yo, them rate. I'm telling you, them man say, yo, them rate me, man. Me done mash up that already. I met that man. I want to hear, man. When time them ready, them will cut a 16-year-old, you know. So I said to the people, listen, tell him that he's nowhere yet. Because nobody in Jamaica even paying him $50,000 a month to play football. So somebody saying you're good is no big thing. That's what we need to be telling them. They need to humble. There you go, Jason. They need to humble themselves and work on their game. Show them the stars. Show them what LeBron James did. Look at when LeBron James came into the league and his second season. Look at his build and how everything changed. His shooting, his game, how he improved. Show them Usain Bolt when he was running at the National Stadium with Jermaine Gonzalez to when he won his first global senior medal. The transformation in attitude and physical build. These youths need to know. Rudolph Austin did, let me say this, Rudolph Austin did an interview on my platform that I will never forget some of the things he said. Rudolph Austin says, I have been there and done that. I came back for retirement. Go and watch it. He said, I came back for retirement and I'm helping these players. So he comes back to help them. He ends up now being a player on the team. Rudolph Austin, who is not planning on going back to Europe to play football, has to be encouraging 17 and 18 and 19-year-old players who want to go to Europe to train. To train. To train. He must tell them that you need to go to the gym. He has to be telling them you need to go to the field by yourself and practice your shooting. Practice your passing on your own. These are the things that will grant you and bring you into success at the highest levels. Not people telling that you are big ball and you are the greatest thing since sliced bread and all of those things. That is just inflating your egos. So young players, listen to that. Listen to these things. Anyways, we have come to the end of the show for today. That's it for today unless we have some breaking news. But we'll be back tomorrow with a big one. Couple big ones tomorrow on Wednesday. Want to thank every single one of you. I know we got heated. Big up my brethren unseen. You understand me? Big up Gunner's boss, Demo, Brian. Hey, Brian, sorry that the call got cut off. You understand me? No, you did get heated enough. Big up to everyone in the comment section. Thank you for all the super chats, all the comments, and all the feedback, even the criticism. All those who say man is man and nonsense, yeah, chat. Big up on yourself. You understand me? Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for all the comments. Amal Knight, big up yourself. Glad that you're in the comment section because though he was being criticized, he responded and you treated him respectfully. You see how good it is when we can talk and understand things from a player's perspective. That's what Amal did. And so we want to let him know that we appreciate him coming on and doing that today. I am Manning's man. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, when it gets to this point when we're closing, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe and you share the content. We are over and we are OUT out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Air this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Rios, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.